why'd you pay him 6 months' rent?
He asked for some money up front. I gave him $6,600.
Hold on. The monthly rent was $1,100, Mr. Duenas?
Supposed to be 13.
It was supposed to be $1,300?
It was $1,100.
Did he give you some money at the time?
The only money he's ever given me was for something to do with our mutual friend.
What do you mean?
Our mutual friend.
It had nothing to do with the room?
No, it's for a motorcycle.
You two met about renting this room?
Yeah, I went to his hotel and met him.
And discussed the room?
We talked about it, yes.
The rent?
I said I had to talk to my wife after that.
But at some point you agreed to allow him to move in?
Yes, he was going to move in.
What happened between the time that you agreed that this was going to be a roommate situation and the time where you said, okay, no, this isn't going to work? What happened?
Well, the first time I met him, he made some comments about girls, and I said, look, if you're going to live at my house, you cannot say anything like that. My wife is not going to tolerate it. I thought that was a done deal. But then the times that he came to my house, it was just weird. He says some weird stuff, but I wasn't home. The final thing was I wasn't home. I was at work, and he showed up. My wife can tell you how that happened.
Okay. Jennifer, do you mind standing up? So I'm assuming that he was coming by to slowly move things in?
I have no idea what he was doing. I said no before I met the guy.
You said no?
I said absolutely not.
Why?
Well, number one, he's a guy. And my husband's a truck driver, so he's gone all the time. And he said he met him at a shady, seedy hotel in our area. He showed up at our house. Eddie's like, well, just meet him. I said, okay. He's like, well, he has a dog. I'm like, really? We've got cats and dogs. I don't want a dog in the house. So the dog comes over. He comes over. My creepo meter, I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend anybody, but all the way to 10 right away. He said, and his dog's running around, my cats are running around. He said, oh, just give him a treat. Give the dog a treat, he'll calm down. I gave him to my dogs, gave him to his dog, and his dog tried to bite me. And I looked at my husband, I said, you're out of your mind, and I walked out of the room.
But at some point, you did agree to let him move in, right?
Absolutely
That's what
not.
you're telling me.
She didn't want him to move in.
I understand, but at
We
some
never
point
agreed.
you were getting the room together. This is per your answer.
Well, I was moving my stuff out, is what was happening.
Right, you were getting it ready for him.
No, I was moving out because he was like, well, maybe you're right. He was going to
Maybe
let him
I'm
move in,
right.
and I was moving out. I said, if he moved
Okay,
in, I
hold on,
moved out.
ma'am,
Sorry.
stop. Sir, in your answer, you are saying that the rent was going to be $1,300 and he was going to move in sometime in February. So this was an understanding that he was going to move in.
Yes, I was an understanding.
So I don't understand why your wife is saying it wasn't going to happen.
He and I.
Hold on
Did you
a
make the
second.
final decision, sir, that he was going to move in?
I did make the final decision,
Okay.
but the stuff that we were moving out, she
Your
has
Honor?
2 bedrooms. One's for her stuff and her makeup. We were moving stuff out of that room. Her
To
makeup
accommodate
room.
him?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to know about the time that he came by and he said something offensive, and that's where the deal just kind of fell through.
To answer your question, I see him coming through with these big boxes, and he puts them in the backyard and walks in the back door. And he starts talking, and one of the things he said to me was, I'm looking for a wife between the ages of 18 and 35.
I never said that. I said over 30. I said, I don't have a girlfriend right now. You know any nice girls?
Excuse me,
I
between the ages of 18 and 35.
I never said 18.
And so I said, hey, Siri, call Eddie, because he was out of town. He's a truck driver.
Okay.
Eddie picks up the phone. I said, can you please tell Martin to go? He's making me really uncomfortable. So Martin did end up leaving, and that's the last time I saw
Okay.
Martin.
And you can have a seat.
Thank you.
All right. So at that point, Mr. Duenas, how did you relay this message of you're not moving in, sir?
He came over the day after I got home, and he walked in the door, and I walked him out.
Did he have things at the house that he had moved in?
He did have a couple things. He just
Like
had
what?
some stuff.
Did he
There
have
was
a
stuff
bed?
there was stuff in that room.
Did he have a bed?
Yeah.
Did he have some furniture?
It was a desk or something like that.
So you claim that you didn't receive any money towards rent.
No, the only money I received was for a deal between our mutual friend that he was buying a motorcycle.
I want to go to your text message, sir. Exhibit B.
Okay.
It says, give me my money back. I'll go somewhere else. Your response is, just hold off, dude, because we got a little bit invested in this, too. I'm not going through with this with Jennifer for nothing. You're kind of acknowledging that there was some money. You're telling him to hold off. What's that about?
When he said he wants his money, I was a little confused about the whole motorcycle thing, and because
What are you
Has nothing
talking
to do
about
with
now?
it, Your Honor.
Hold on.
Sorry.
What is that?
that's the money that was handed to me, was to buy this motorcycle. Our friend borrowed money from him for a motorcycle.
You're saying just hold off, dude. Are you talking about...
I talked about him moving in because she didn't want him to move in.
So how does this correlate with the motorcycle? What this means to me is that he's asking for the money he paid you. Give me my money so I can go somewhere else, because clearly I can't move in. You changed your mind.
This is okay.
And you
wait
say
a minute.
hold off.
No.
I don't see motorcycle in here.
That is not. No.